Ladies and gentlemen, we lost a legend in the college athletics YouTube creator space this week. Chris Perry, aka Golden Blue Dude, passed away unexpectedly this week. I want to give my condolences to his friends and family as well as his supporters. I will be posting the link to his GoFundMe that was set up by his family in my description for this video. Anybody who wants to contribute, please do so. And again, rest in peace to Chris Perry, aka Golden Blue Dude, and my condolences to the friends and family as well as his supporters. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel for another video. I am the Maize Madman. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and the notification bell so you're aware every time I upload a video. Today, we're discussing a former Michigan great receiving surgery to remove a tumor, plus my takeaways from the Michigan spring game visitors, and some new crystal balls, plus an update for key Michigan defenders Will Johnson and Junior Colson. All that, and as always, I'm upset. And as you're journeying into outer space, may the angels help you lead the way. May the prayers that the families made shine upon your soul and keep you safe. Let's get into it. Michigan legend, Heisman Trophy winner, Super Bowl MVP, host of the College Game Day show on ESPN, Desmond Howard, recently released via his social media a picture of him recovering in a hospital bed from what he described as tumor removal from his middle finger. According to Desmond and his doctor via Desmond, the surgery was successful. Obviously, we want to wish the best health and wealth to Desmond Howard, a Michigan legend. May he have a speedy recovery. Now, on to the Michigan spring game. Michigan held its annual spring game this past Saturday in a blustery, cold day. The game was a bit underwhelming. I'm just being honest. J.J. McCarthy, Michigan starting quarterback, had a rocky start to the game. He threw an early interception on just what you can't describe other than a bad throw. That's exactly what it was. He was able to bounce back to some degree, finished 7 of 10, 85 yards, a touchdown, and of course that one interception for Team Maize. The real star of the game, though, was wide receiver Peyton O'Leary. This is a wide receiver, obviously, that didn't have much fanfare coming into the game. In fact, I think he is just recently on scholarship, a second or third year player, but just recently gaining that Michigan scholarship. He caught 6 of his 7 targets for 126 yards and the game clinching 2-point conversion for Team Maize in a 22-21 victory over Team Blue. Some other impact players were, let's start with the transfers. Josiah Stewart is a monster. He finished with 5 tackles, 2 of them for loss and a sack. He looks like he's every bit as advertised. I can't wait to see him on Saturdays. He's going to live in opposing teams' backfields. Another transfer, A.J. Barner, the tight end transfer, former captain from Indiana, caught 3 balls, 30 yards, and a touchdown. Linebacker transfer from Nebraska, Ernest Hausman, was housing people. He led all tacklers with 8, including a forced fumble. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Ernest Hausman also looks like the real deal, and he could be coming for people's jobs. I'm talking to you, Michael Barrett. I'm talking to you, Junior Colson. Don't sleep on Ernest Hausman. He is a sophomore transfer, like I said, from Nebraska, and he is for real. Some other players that stood out, another player that stood out, rather, for me, was sophomore quarterback Alex Orji. He also had an impressive day, finishing 4 of 6 passing 47 yards and a touchdown. But it was a run that he made that was the most impressive to me. He completely truck sticked somebody on the sideline. He is built like, I don't know, he's not built like a typical quarterback, although I guess you can't say that for this day and age. The quarterbacks are getting bigger and stronger, but Alex Orji is a complete specimen out there, and he showed it this past Saturday. Before I get into the next segment, I want to remind everyone to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Make sure you leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the spring game. What's your guys' take on the spring game? Were you impressed? Who were you impressed with? Who were you disappointed with, if anybody? Let me know in the comment section what you think. Make sure you like and share the content. It really helps the channel grow. It helps the algorithm get engaged with the Maize Madman content, so I appreciate that in advance. Also, hit the notification bell so you're aware every time I upload a video. My friends over at Week Zero, Lucas, Connor, Ryan, they do excellent work. I'd appreciate it if you guys gave them a subscribe, or at least check out their channel to determine if you want to subscribe. I mean, they got great content over there. They just need some foot traffic. Also, I will be live tomorrow, or today rather, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. today, I'm live with my guy Ryan. We're talking everything Michigan, everything Notre Dame. Of course, there's going to be some Notre Dame people in the comment section. I expect all of you to show up. Michigan needs to be deep in that comment section as well. So make sure you tune in live right here on the Maize Madman channel for that 6 p.m. later today. Moving right along. We're going to talk about some spring game visitors that also have crystal balls to Michigan. And it was another weekend in Ann Arbor. So, of course, some of the top recruits from around the country were on campus to take in the festivities. The list included in-state linebacker Jeremiah Beasley. He's who we're going to talk about first here. Jeremiah Beasley, who is a teammate of five-star quarterback in the 2025 class and must get for Michigan, by the way. Bryce Underwood was on campus this past weekend for the spring game. Michigan recently overtook Michigan State as the favorites to land Beasley, which could deal another significant blow to Michigan State's recruiting in this cycle. They've had a lot of misfortune, including getting a decommitment from four-star wide receiver Nick Marsh from the Detroit area. So Lil Bro and them struggling a little bit right now. However, they do have two recruits in their class, both of whom are four-star, both of whom I think are defensive backs as well. And they're supposed to get a visit from some five-star, but we'll see how that goes. They've been telling us Tuck coming too for a couple years, and we see how that played out last year. Anyway, Beasley, back to Beasley. He is the 154th ranked prospect in the country, the 13th ranked linebacker in the country, and the 4th ranked player in the state of Michigan. In addition to Beasley, Michigan also picked up multiple crystal balls rather, for elite four-star offensive tackle and target Andrew Sprague. He is ranked 133rd in the nation, the 12th ranked offensive tackle and the number 4 ranked player in the state of Missouri. Sprague has really shot up lately in Michigan's recruiting board, and for good reason. He is a mammoth of a human, 6 feet 8 inches tall, 290 pounds, and under the tutelage of Michigan offensive coordinator / offensive line coach Sharon Moore. The skies are the limit for Sprague and anybody else along that offensive line that signs with Michigan. Another 4-star target was on campus as well, who also holds crystal balls from Michigan, and that is wide receiver target Imarian Stewart from Illinois. He took in the festivities as well, and I expect Michigan actually to land all 3 of these guys. I know that you come to this channel for Michigan news, and I give my opinion. I also, give some facts from some things that I know and have heard and have read. But I expect Michigan to land all three of these recruits. In fact, Michigan target and one that we just spoke about, elite offensive tackle target, Andrew Sprague, will be making his college decision this Friday. Again, he just picked up 4 crystal balls to Michigan. He's making his college decision Friday, and I expect more good news for Michigan, which couldn't come fast enough because apparently our rivals to the south, the other state, just picked up a pretty significant wide receiver commit in Mylan Graham out of Indiana. I know that they're just building a 7-on-7 team over there. They have no heart, and Mylan Graham clearly proved that his decision-making is questionable. I'm just kidding. I get it. You're a kid. You made the best decision for you. They churn out a lot of top-level wide receivers, and, you made a decision based on the information you have. So nothing against Mylan Graham, but everything against the other state. And I can't wait to see them. Speaking of the other state, their offensive coordinator, Brian Hartline, who is also the wide receivers coach over there, had some interesting comments. He was on Bussin' with the Boys with Michigan's very own Taylor Lewan, as well as Will Compton, a former Nebraska player. And he was asked, in a fight with Mike Hart, would he win? He answered very confidently and very quickly, yes, which is absurd, by the way, because Mike Hart, never mind. The fact is, I just felt disrespected for Mike Hart. He answered a little too quickly for me. He didn't even give it a second thought, like Mike Hart is just some pushover. It's disrespectful. First of all, Mike Hart's a Wolverine. Wolverines are already tougher than Buckeyes. It's just a fact, It's a scientific fact. Everyone knows this. You can look it up. It's in Webster's or something like that. It's in look in the glossary, find Wolverines. Anyway, you're being disrespectful, and we don't appreciate it. He also went on to say that any offensive coordinator type in the country, by the way, he would win in a one-on-one duel with. First of all, Taylor Lewan, stop doing things like this, like fantasizing one-on-one duels. He did the same thing with former Nebraska head coach and Jim Harbaugh. It's a little weird, but Mike Hartline, don't be disrespectful. Anyway, just something that I needed to say. Moving right along, Michigan, in addition to that, Will Johnson and Junior Colson both updated their statuses. Junior Colson, obviously wearing a cast on his left leg, said that he plans to be back for team activities this summer. Likewise, All-American cornerback Will Johnson says he also plans to resume team activities this summer, returning from what he says is a quote, he's been, quote, dealing with for a while and finally got it handled. He was not very specific on what it is that he got handled or what it is that he's been dealing with, but expect to see Will Johnson and Junior Colson back with team activities this summer. Jesse Minter, Michigan's defensive coordinator, has already spoken about this a couple of weeks ago, saying that he expects both of them to be ready for the first game in September. So I'm not too worried about it. I'll keep you up to date on anything as it comes in. In the meantime, in between time, we've reached that time where I have to bid you adieu. And before I do, of course, we're going to do those Triple M shoutouts. And today, the Triple M shoutout for number 1 goes to Greg Hoyes. I hope I'm saying that right. It's Greg Hoyes. Anyway, it's spelled right there. Greg, let me know how you say it. He says, who's got it better than us? Of course, the answer is nobody. The second Triple M shout out is going to go out to Handy Scrapers LLC. You are officially a madman, both of you. And third, and not least, Michael Ivor. You are officially a Maize madman. Congratulations. Anyway, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Maize Madman. Be sure, again, to like, comment, share the content. Also, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. I really appreciate it. It really helps the channel grow. And, as always, I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever.